Let's begin where the modern farmhouse design story first took shape, in Frank Lloyd Wright's Willey house, built in 1934 in Minnesota. While Wright is more famously linked to modernism, the Willey house quietly introduced what we now recognize as early American farmhouse modernism, with a long, horizontal profile, open-plan kitchen dining, and natural materials. It was functional, warm, and deeply connected to its landscape. Sound familiar? Now, let's define it properly. Farmhouse interior design is a style rooted in simplicity, practicality, and rustic warmth. It draws from the traditional farm homes of the 18th and 19th centuries, where design wasn't about trends, it was about function. Think exposed wood beams, apron sinks, shiplap walls, vintage furnishings, and an inviting, lived-in feel. But this isn't just old furniture in a barn. Today's farmhouse interiors blend old and new, salvaged wood paired with matte black metal, antique finds mixed with clean-lined sofas, and vintage textiles layered over wide plank wood floors. So, who really put a name to this style? While farmhouse style evolved organically in rural Europe and America, its modern revival is widely credited to Joanna, co-host of the hit HGTV show Fixer Upper, which first aired in 2013. Alongside her husband Chip, Joanna reintroduced the world to shiplap, sliding barn doors, and vintage industrial lighting. And just like that, farmhouse was back in the design spotlight. But make no mistake, this style had traction long before the cameras rolled. Farmhouse interior design began gaining momentum in the early 2000s, especially in the US, as people started craving homes that felt more grounded, soulful, and warm. A reaction to the cold minimalism of the 90s. By 2015, the word farmhouse had become one of the most searched interior design keywords online. Let's take a look at 3 big names who helped shape or elevate this style. A designer, author, and founder of Magnolia, Joanna redefined the modern farmhouse look. Clean, bright, rustic, and personal. Notable works: Magnolia House, Hillcrest Estate, and dozens of homes from Fixer Upper. Signature: shiplap, open shelving, and soft vintage palettes. Second, Jean Stauffer. Known for elegant, timeless interiors that marry farmhouse roots with refined craftsmanship. Works: the Madison at Irvington House and Stauffer Homeline. Style: farmhouse meets traditional, meets functional modern. Third, former fashion stylist turned interior designer. She's famous for her white-on-white rustic spaces with soulful charm. Works: restored by the Fords on HGTV, private cabins, and vintage lofts. Signature: minimalist rustic aesthetic with antique accents. Need some visual inspiration? Magnolia House, Waco, a perfect example of cozy farmhouse comfort, reimagined with modern ease.
Greek Revival
By Jean Stauffer, where creamy neutrals, vintage chandeliers, and warm wood floors create understated luxury.
Rock the Block by Leanne Ford.
A raw, open space filled with soft white hues, repurposed barn doors, and hand-thrown ceramics. Farmhouse style loves to tell a story, not just of design, but of living. Here's what to expect. Reclaimed wood and weathered finishes, open kitchens with farmhouse sinks, wicker, linen, and iron accents, soft neutral colors, whites, beiges, olive, navy, a mix of vintage and new pieces, purposeful imperfections, and handmade elements. This style isn't about creating a museum. It's about creating a home that feels like home. Now tell me, What's your favorite element of farmhouse design? Is it the reclaimed dining table, the cozy kitchen, the layered textures? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if there's something we got wrong or something worth adding, don't hesitate to correct us. We love learning together. And if this video helped you or inspired a design idea, consider subscribing. There's plenty more interior wisdom coming your way.